We're going to talk about Harry's Burn. Harry's Burn's been on fire all year long. Man, he's had a great year, so good for him. Another couple of winners the other night. Resolute Bay looked bionic. JK Mickey Mantle looked like a horse that hadn't raced in 3 weeks. First start on Lasix. Steering a little poorly also, but we have an idea how we're going to fix all of that up. One, he'll be tighter for next week. Two, gonna make a few little equipment changes with him. You know, when you're moving these horses around from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, different surfaces, there are changes that need to be made sometimes, and that's why the feedback coming back from James or anybody that drives the horses or watching the races closely, it means a lot, because just because he raced a certain way at the Meadows or trained a certain way at Northfield does not mean that that's going to work here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. So again, I'm so excited about the fall, because we have so many really nice horses coming back also. Archer's Rainbow is one that I'll be watching for this winter. Harry said she's put on a ton of weight and looks great. I can't wait to see her on the go. How the hell? They're taking the hobbles off. How the hell? Harry Poulton told me, now I'll give everybody, if it's a lie to you, it's a lie to me. Harry Poulton told me that James schooled him in 57, last half in 56 with no hobbles on. And he's going to race with no hobbles on Monday or Tuesday night, whatever day that is. JK Mickey Mantle, a winner last night. Man, I like this horse. I always say it, and I keep saying it. I don't think I can say it enough. I appreciate the opportunity to buy these good horses, because a horse like this, man, just such a nice horse. I'm looking down the list. You know, Locatelli, you know, he's going to get his act together again and be a very, very nice horse. A long, long road ahead for Locatelli. And I don't mean that in a bad way. This horse that just turned 4. Lots of great racing ahead for him. Very happy with Locatelli. No free lunch, qualified like a monster. Picked to win out of the 8-hole. So sometimes when the horses, something happens, you got to give them a rest. This horse's blood. He wasn't sick real bad. He didn't appear to be sick. He just wasn't himself. And he just wasn't himself. And now the horse is starting to come around and look really, really good. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Looking very, very dapper. Very dapper.
Big knot.
I had to wait for Mom and Amy. They're going to come with us. I'll pull that chair out of before.
Yeah, that's right.
So Locatelli picked 4 or 5 to 1, but again, have to race against another one of her horses. That won't happen again next week. This is it for that. Nothing But a Dreamer finished 3rd. I think everybody collectively can agree it was a flat 3rd, coming off 2 weeks' notice. You know, training him up as tight as we could get him. I expect he'll be a little bit better in the final. We'll see, but will be one of the major players in the final of the grassroots division. Resolute Bay just continues to get better and better and better and better. I told Daniel last night about him when on the track how if you guys want to take a little trip down memory lane, look at what Resolute Bay did as a 2-year-old. For all our horses that start in the meager beginnings, we talked about that in another video, the meager beginnings of the Prospect Series, and to see this horse excel to what he is, a dominant force in the grassroots division. He could race in the golds, make no mistakes. 4 in a row and won as he pleased last night. First over and made them like it. This horse is on fire right now, and Harry has him very, very good. And then Sintra, you know, a little bit of a tug of war going on. I said to Harry today, I said, hey, I think my plan is I'd like to take Sintra to the Meadows for a couple of weeks, get that Gold Cup win off of there, and get him back into the backup class where he belongs at Mohawk. Harry said, well, Anthony, if we had raced him tonight, that preferred that they filled, I think he beats them, or he's close. I said, well, here's the problem with the preferred. It's the same as White Tiger. They called me for the entry of White Tiger for tonight. I said, absolutely not. The horse has won twice in a row. He won on Monday. I know what happens if you race White Tiger back on short notice. You know, best case scenario, you skate through. Worst case scenario, he makes a break or something. I'm not doing it. I'll wait the week and race him. And I know one of our clients, my partner on the horse, Joe, is saying, well, why we should have raced him. Managing this horse has not been easy. And I know a lot of people can sit back from the outside and say, well, you should have done this and you should have done that. That's because you don't have the responsibility of doing it. Right? For all the people out there that would have said, oh, you need to do this with this horse and that with that horse. Of course, it's like the people that watch football on Monday night saying, oh, why didn't he play? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he throw that way? Why didn't he? It's easy to say when you're watching it, because you don't know what goes into making that happen from the other side. And White Tiger has been very good. I'm hoping that this will be the first time in his life he puts together a consistent program full of starts. But we'll see. We'll see. And when it comes to Sintra, I was not in any way, shape, or form racing him back 7 days after he got his face beat in a class where he should not have had to race. You know, the only reason that Sintra was even in with tattoo artist was because he had that money he made from PEI. Well, that's great, but there was no tattoo artist in PEI when he made it. So I'm not going to throw him into the Shark Tank. Now, we can look at the preferred tonight, but I know they were looking to put together an open. I'm glad that they, you know, I know that they want to put together an open, and the horse is a good horse. He paced 48-4 last quarter, 27 flat the other night, and finished last. Never beat a horse. I'm not doing it. I get too much respect for the horse to put him in with those fields. So, if Harry wants to try him in the preferred one more week, no problem. And as I said to Nellie, who loves the horse, how can't you love the horse? If you take him to the Meadows, even if he wins 2 or 3 starts, he still drops down. He still drops down in class because he only raced for $17,000. Hide. I have no interest in butting heads with the best horses in Ontario with a horse that we bought for $75,000. It is not going to happen. I don't mind racing in the preferred now and again. We all saw the race 2 weeks ago. Yes, he would have won had he got out. But he's not going to be that good every single week. And we need to protect him. He's 9 years old. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. So I'll give Harry the benefit of the doubt because he wants to race the horse. Horse has been fantastic for Harry. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll look at the preferred next week. But again, if it looks like there's going to be sharks in there, or if we race him and there is sharks in there, he's going directly to Pennsylvania for 2 or 3 starts at the Meadows. The Meadows is far enough away from the Poconos and from Philly. You don't get any big horses shipping in. The purse is a little bit less than Northfield, so you don't get the Northfield open horses shipping in. What you're left with is a couple of Burke's horses and a few other horses that are hanging around there. Good horses. There's no cakewalk. They're not going to, oh my God, Cintra's in. Here's your check. Just please don't enter them. You know, they're not going to do that. But it's certainly not tattoo artist and the likes of those horses. That's for sure. So, that's Harry's barn. Long-winded. I'm going to talk with Daniel here for a minute, waiting for Amy and my mom to come out. But for Harry's barn, just had a tremendous year. And I think Harry would be the first to tell you, probably the best year he's had since I was a kid watching Matt Scooter on the road again and a few of those other horses. I know he always had a strong barn, but he's had an incredible year this year. And the man works his ass off. He's an older man, and he works his butt off. He's in the barn every day. I guarantee you, you go to the training center, wherever we might be. You go there on a Sunday, on a Tuesday at 1 o'clock. You're going to see Harry Poulton there. So he deserves everything he gets, and I'm very, very lucky to have somebody as dedicated and as professional as him. So that's Harry's barn. We'll be back. We still got some more barns to talk about. I want to talk to Daniel quick about how he is, who he is. Mm-hmm. So everybody knows. Every so often we get clients come into town. I want to make sure everybody knows the scope, the actual tangible scope of the stable.ca. Be back in just a minute.